Good evening, everybody, from where you are in the world. Welcome to the Performance Racing Formula 1 Season 13 Fangio Season Opener. It is the Australian Grand Prix. I'm Callum Hosty, and welcome. Welcome. And I hope you're all well, and that we're going to have a lot of fun tonight with this season opener. So, this season, if you did join us last week, but if you didn't, I'll remind you, this season, realistic cars in Fangio, where the fastest drivers have the slowest cars and the slowest drivers have the fastest cars. At least that's how it's actually going to go. In actuality, you never quite know. But either way, how this works out, I guess we'll find out now. Tonight, we do have a lot of the full-timers not taking part. I will give you all, before I begin, I will give you the grid. The grid for this season. So if I go to Fangio grid. So this season, as we begin qualifying one, as we have a lump, in the Red Bull, we have Fuse and we have Speed Freak. In the Mercedes, we have Slippery Salmon and we have PRF1 Callum, the dear owner. We don't mention other things about it that I know. He's a good lad, by the way. He's nothing dodgy, I promise. In the Aston Martin, we have Master Spread and we have Owen CFC as AMS Godwin leaves the pits. In the Ferrari, we have Robo Snipes and Misfits. In the McLaren, we have Andrew Pipsmith. There is no one currently in the Alpine. In the Williams, we have Ollie and DK. We have AMS Apple and AMS Godwin in the Haas. We have AMS Axel and AMS Strappy in the Sauber. And we have AMS Josh in the Racing Bull. However, as attendance will attest, we do have AMS Godwin in the Haas. We have the names Jet as a reserve in the McLaren. And another reserve in the McLaren, the English Monk. As my Sam has just come on, brilliant. In the Mercedes, we have Slippery Salmon, who's a full-time, and Horsepower Gaming, a South African who is reserving tonight. We have Owen CFC and Master Red in the Aston Martin, which I believe is as planned. We have BRT Worldwide reserving in the Alpine. We have Fuse Demon in the Red Bull, as planned. AMS Apple in the Hats, as planned. Speed Freak in the Red Bull, as planned. Big D in the Alpine as a reserve. AMS Trappy in the Sauber, as planned. Linsky, 88, in the Williams, as a reserve. And AMS Casper in the Sauber as a reserve. Hopefully, he doesn't pull any retirement on track tricks this week. And of course, we are missing the defending champion AMS Axel tonight, which is so. Is this going to be an open goal for everyone to get a leg up on Axel's title defense? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, why don't we have a non-bod live AMS Godwin? He goes through 1 and 2. That was a little bit ambitious there, Mr. Godwin, I must say. As AMS Tramp's going to start on the prime. Interesting. Oh, that's a little wide there from Godwin through 3, but he now comes through 4. Slides anything on the power, but he puts it on through 5. That's easily flat. What about turn 6? Couple of downshifts and a bit of a lift. So he's probably on a skinny end of wins. But here we will find out as he blasts down the back straight with DRS. 4 DRS zones around here, by the way, so that's going to be powerful. Now through, I believe it's turn 9 and 10, if I can count rightly. I need to get a map of this track and actually count the corners. I'm professional, I do promise. We've got safe from Godwin. It does look like a tentative first lap, but it's not looking too bad, I have to say. As he now plies the power towards the final corner. He's on the power nice and early, so he's got that circuit there. The final corner of the circuit now with the traction. He's that's a 1:17.0. That's a competitive time. To say that's in a realistic Haas, that is quite something. So I'll give him his due. The name's Jet, all the way from South Africa now. Admittedly, he's only 15 runs at the moment. He has invalidated his lap, so there won't be a time coming there. Fuse is next. He's going to set a 17.624. Is the Mercedes behind him going to set a time? It does. It's Horsepower give it a 19.2. A 19.2. Okay. Okay. Right, so now I've got the track map up. That's excellent. Just give me 10 seconds. I'll be back. And we're back in action. And Beatty Werrell comes through the final corner. He looks like he hasn't sat back. He's invalidated, I've just seen on the screen, so we're not going to see anything there. Now we'll go with the Spaniard, Slippery Salmon. What's the Spaniard got for us? Using all the track into turn 1 and turn 2. Wow, he said already a very aggressive use of track limits. So we know he's giving it all the gusto as he heads towards turn 3. Looking neat and tidy, 3-4. Slide bait scrubbing the tire. Oh, he's lost it! And he's crashed into the wall! I do not believe it! We've got it! And he's backing up on a live track! Simon, what are you doing? Oh no! Simon, I love you, boo! Oh dear, AMS Capsix is 16-7! Wow! And that's in a... Wow! That's in a realistic Simon, that is sometime. I did well to get that myself in an equal car. Fair enough. Orange CFC coming across the line. He sets a 17-8. Okay. Matt 8 Voice watching me on Twitch. Good to have you here, Metal Matt. Good to have you here. And I better actually just realise I need to put in the Discord what's going on. Oh, is anyone on a time at the moment? BRT World was set 17-9. Owen appears to be... Oh, he's not going for it again. I'm just trying to see if anyone on time. Oh, Fuse is about to come across the line. He looks like it's going to improve. What time will he put in? He puts in a 17-3. Doesn't improve position, but he definitely cements the safety. I mean, we've got 15 trying to get to 15 places. So everyone should be okay. Everyone should be okay, but you never know. Anything can happen in Formula 1, and it usually does. We miss you, Murray, etc., etc. Is anyone on a lap at the moment? I'm just going for trying to find anything. I don't think anyone's particularly doing anything at the moment, so I'll add this race into the league chatter by copying the link, and then we will fully focus on the task ahead. But if you are watching, get involved in the chat. Be good to have you around. I can see it's right on my iPad. I need to set up a second monitor, really, don't I? That would be ideal. Let's stick the stream link on. Everyone, come join for some Fangio comms. There we go. Yes. Yes. Now they all know. Now they all know. Right, so that's sorted. Right, let's put the phone back on the track maps. Then I've got everything prepared. And it's only at the moment horsepower gaming on anything's big like a lap, but from the it looks like he's harvesting and not really taking too much out the tyres. Not taking too much out the tyres. I just realised I need to send my Discord notifications off whilst I'm at it, so just let me finish that now. Very professional, I know. And then just put my phone on silent. Oh, honestly, I am the most professional streamer you've ever seen. Now, Big D's on the lap. What does Big D have? Coming out of turn 2, heading towards turn 3. A reserve tends to have nothing to lose. Big D's relatively quick. He could be a dark horse. You never quite know. Speed Freak, it's going well, thank you. Good to have you around. I know you're in the lobby as well. So you can't tell us how your Q1's going. Come on, you know you want to. Big D's electric on purple in set 1. Absolutely that. We know this game does like to tell a few porkies. Now, on the DRS, the batteries is looking alright, to be fair. But he hammered it as he enters turn 11. Now 12, allegedly it's double purple. I don't know if that's true or not. Now heading towards the breakers on off turn 13. Trail braking half because you do turn slightly right before you actually go to the corner proper. Through 14. Getting back out a tiny bit there. Into 15. And then into 16. On the power, very nice and early coming out of there. What time will Big D lay down? He lays a 17.375 and goes P4. Oh, let's go with Owen now. Let's have a natural, no commentary lap. Well, that went well. He invalidated coming through 6 and 7. It's so easy to do. I won't criticise too much. That's it for 7. Have you got any redemption? He set a 17.7 just now. Now on for the boss of this league, Master Spread in the Aston Martin. A big litmus test of his car allocations tonight. That's definitely not purple sector one because we have seen Big D go quicker. I think those sectors are lying. He's got a humongous tough from McLaren ahead. Will he be allowed by or not? Oh, it appears. Is the McLaren showing a lack of awareness? Do you know what? Oh! Oh! What is going on there? Master Spread! It turns out it's the English monk. Is it? What was the English monk doing? Yeah. Oh, dear. According to this, the English monk was on the lap himself, so... If that was an in-lap, that's poor form, that has to be said. I know it's only Q1 and whatnot, but you can't get in people's way. As Horsepower Gaming validates the lap already. Let's go with the South African names, Jeff and the other McLaren. Let's hope there isn't controversy from both McLarens. Quite a lot of scrum there through 12, that has to be said. Not using all the track coming out 13 either. Oh, I thought I was going to lose it there, but he did not. Through turn 15, now going into 16. Clearly his traction control goes flat through the corner. Possibly full traction control because that looks very safe. And the time set will be a 18.639. That puts him up from 11th to 10th. Now, I don't expect too much will happen from now here because, of course, it is Q1 and we've got 15 going into 15. Yeah, you do well to be knocked out Q1 here if there's enough space for everybody. And it appears there isn't much going on at the moment right now. As everyone else is either on... Oh, that's not impeding, by the way, I don't think. It's an invalid lap anyway. I'm just trying to work out what's going on. Big D's calling it quits. Don't know what the English monk or Horsepower Gaming we're doing there. Strange. 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 And Big D has just announced he's had an armor select to their own setup. Big D, which setup did you pick? Which setup did you pick? How have you got their own setup on? I know it is easily done. I will say that, so people don't mock. It can happen, and it easily does happen, ultimately. I've ended up doing, well, not League Race, but I've ended up doing my own YouTube series, Xbox Championship. That's F1 2019. I ended up doing the Chinese Grand Prix. Did end up good doing the Chinese Grand Prix in the standard set, and then realised with 5 laps to go, and he couldn't even tell the difference. Apparently, it's a high downforce setup Big D's got. Well, if it's a surprise rain, you'll be in the pound seats. People thought it might have been Austria. Oh dear. What can I say? Now, I just wonder, is English one just going around getting some experience, etc.? Middle of the road approach before he took turn 13. Oh, that's off the track, but the game's not invalidated, so... Ultimately, the game is adjudicated for qualifying laps. People are retiring the session, realising they're probably through Q1. Oh, the English monk again. He's gone wide again through turn 15. Is he trying to impersonate David Coulthard's horrendous restart from the 2002 Australian Grand Prix? Trust me, it hurts in Britain. It hurts in Britain, particularly Scotland, I suppose. Now, Master Spread will go back with him. Hopefully, Master Spread doesn't have any impeding McLarens in the way. or anyone for that matter, but he should have a clear track and it's his team ahead anyhow. On the DRS, he will be soon hammering that Say one thing, he's gone very battery heavy there, having left turns 6 and 7. Where do we stand after 2 sets? 44.696. So he's looking committed. Very committed. He's certainly giving it some gusto. All spread up. Breaking into 13. Slightly tensive on turning, but I suspect that's because these are just the opening salvations. The times are not just crucial, considering when it gets to the point where no one can come in and upset the apple cart by being the 16th car. We see everyone's retiring now because they know they're going to be safe. All things considered, mass spread, he comes across line and he sets an 18-0. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. He may take comfort in the fact he's got half a second to the car behind. That could be crucial when we consider Q2 to Q3. Linskip, by the way, has picked the Gulf Williams livery. Like it. Like it. What kind of names Jeff doing it? He says a few are just going around practicing on a set of qualifying tyres. Let's go round and round and round and round. Very deep on the brakes there, and took a lot to turn the car there. I'm intrigued why they're all on the overtake and Sandbar turns itself off now. Hammering the overtake, that's not good, you know, for battery usage, hammering the overtake. Because the game wouldn't do that to you, surely. And there we are. There isn't much left to say about this session, really, I suppose. So if you're in the chat, get in touch. I can see. And if you are just watching first time, welcome to the Performance Racing Form 1 Season 13. Fangio, Round 1 here at Australia. It only feels like yesterday since the real life Australian Grand Prix happened this year. Where's the time gone? I can't believe it's the end of the season now. It's creating well thing about 2026. It's madness. Is Spread going for another one? Looks like he is. Come on, Spread out. Show us how it's done. I'm going to keep quiet. And there we have it, a moment for Master Spread there, but luckily he's just before the pit entry, and time is up now in Q1. No eliminations because it was only 15, and there's 15 spots available for qualifying too. AMS Casper setting the pace in the Sauber very early on with a 116.740. But the Hasses of his fellow AMS buddies of Apple and Godwin are not too far behind. Is this going to be another AMS benefit? Or is someone going to surprise us? See you in a moment. Q2 coming shortly. And here we are. Qualifying 2 about to begin. The sun is now peeping out. Here in a definitely real version of Melbourne. A Melbourne where I'm sure the Ashes will be unwinnable for the England men's cricket team, the way things are going. We just don't mention another famous F1 city, Adelaide, where it's all going to pot again. So who's going to venture out first? That is the big burning question. And what size will they use? Because, of course, now everyone does have scrub sets available that they could use for using a a proper set, and it's going to be AMS Casper who's going to go out first. Now, we should explain to everyone, AMS Casper at the moment is under effectively a probation. I think they're calling it a report between the fellow admins of PRF1. Following what happened last week in the pre-season at Silverstone, following Casper's choice, and that's how I'm going to phrase it, choice to retire on track, having a 3-second penalty after cutting Abby and then making an error, it has been decided that he can no longer have a full-time seat in Fangio, which is unfortunate. We don't want to see drivers having their seats taken away, unless it's absolutely necessary, which he has felt to be the case this time. He has 3 races to prove himself. The 2 Fangio races that are coming up. Obviously, we got today. Then, obviously, we then go after Christmas to the next event. But then, obviously, we do have Lauda on Tuesday. So, if Casper tonight can survive Australia, if he can then survive on Tuesday, Abu Dhabi do in Lauda, and then the Azerbaijan Grand Prix in Fangio on Friday, without causing any skirmishes that are deadly serious, or retiring on track when things are going badly, or however things are going. But anyway, let's see where he's got. So they slide into turn 1. Esports level sweat, Casper. I love it. I love it. Locking him to turn 3. The one thing I will say about Casper, for all the little foibles that have been going on with him recently, he is quick. You have to give the benefit of the doubt. He's a young charger, only 19 years old, from Sweden. And that makes me feel very old. I mean, I made my league racing debut when I was 23, just about to turn 24, and yet they're just doing it at young ages now. I am just so jealous that they can league race so young, so competitively, and so quickly. It's insane. He could be the spoiler in the pack. A reserve winning a race. Ooh. As we do have a Red Bull off. I believe that's Fuse Demon. What happened to Fuse? The most experienced man in PRF1 here tonight. I do not quite know. Anyway, that's going to come across the line. What time will the Swede set? A 16.6. He means business. He means business. And then we'll go with BRT Worldwide. As others will start setting times now. We have an 18.6 from Linsky, 17.0 from AMS Apple. Very nice. That's good. It's a 16.4. This is on between the AMS guys. This is on. Your forecast is going to run away with it. Maybe not. Because Mr. Josh Godwin has decided he's going to have a debate. As AMS tries it's a 16.9. And we have horsepower game with an 18.5. Then we're smoking 19.9. As BRT Worldwide goes through the final corner. What can the Singaporean do? He's a 17.404. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. The Alpine's not so the easiest car to extract time from. So I think that's fair enough. As Master comes across on He6 at 18.7. And then we're going to have Big D setting the time. But we're going to go on board with Speed Freak with the Japanese Grand Prix special livery, that Red Bull Ram. It does look quite nice. I do have to give Rebel something. Oh, he's invalidated his lap. There's probably no point looking. I suppose we'll have a look at Big D instead. What can he do? He'll had a decent Q1. I suppose. Oh! Oh, his CFC's had a crash! Oh, his CFC has crashed! Oh! Massive spread is wheels outside a spin! Oh! That is a very poor 20 seconds for Aston Martin. Both their cars spinning around turn 6 and 7. And if you remember last year's Australian Grand Prix in real life, Fernando Alonso getting that penalty for causing George Russell to crash in their eyes. And I think we've got an Alpine off, and that's BRT Worldwide. That doesn't matter so much. Can we go back with Big D then? That would be nice. And Owen has left the session. Why? Why? As Trappist retired, he's coming in at 16.9. Very confident. Big D now coming through the final corner on a power relatively early. What can the time be from Big D? That is a 17-7. 3.5 attempts away from his teammate or so. Virgin on 4. I tell you something. It's a time. It's down. Now I've just got to find someone who is likely to set a lap next. Now, Mr. Fuse, when you go for your lap, try and stay on track and try and make the out lap. I love you really, Fuse. But anyway, back to being professional. The fight between AMS guys is competitive at the top. All the top 4. All the top 4 at AMS. They do have a strong league. It's not a league I know much about, for being honest. As Godwin calls it quits, he's confident in that 16-4. But the fact of the matter is, AMS do produce some very, very quick drivers for this level of league racing, and you have to give them an due. It's competitive there, it's quick. Right. Come on, Fuse! Give us a natural sound lap. A competitive time there from Fuse, 16-8. Upsetting the AMS guys. The balance of performance that Realistic Cars is bringing is being shown here. Fuse mixing it with drivers that he normally wouldn't mix it with if it was equal, has to be said. And I guess it's time to go with Speed Freak, the other Red Bull, as he heads through turn 5. What have you got for us in your Japanese Grand Prix special? Ooh, slightly got it run there through 6 and 7, but it's not an easy corner to nail. Now that DRS gives him a lovely helping hand. I think he's got highish wins. I know he's running medium airs, because apparently hot lap's not the best way to go around in this game. Oh, Speed Freak collects it at the exit at 12. Ooh, well saved though. That could be crucial as we head deeper into the session. He's catch one of the McLarens now. The McLarens apparently are on potential hot laps, so he'll just have to commit with the potential dirtier that he's receiving. As he now comes out of the final corner, Speed Freak will set a 18-1, but that was with mistakes. There is a lot potentially. Now that is the one good thing that is going for him. So, you never quite know. Well, let's see what AMS Apple's up to. He's 3 times up on his lap. He's allegedly gone purple sector 2. He was very quick at committing into 11. It does have to be said. Now, on the brakes, into turn 13. That is a lot of corner speed, particularly in the Haas. Giving it all the gusto he's got as AMS Apple. As he now heads into 15. On the path, very nice, very early. Only a slight lift going through 16. He has some incredible confidence and grip in the Haas as he sets a 16.308. Another flex of muscles from another AMS driver. Oh, oh! And this is GC qualifying 3. Could be interesting. It really could be interesting. Now, of course, we currently only have 4 drivers who will now be eliminated, as Owen has apparently called it quits from what we can see. There's nothing in the driver's chat, by the way, for me to be able to counter or inform you about. But I've got to say, the McLarens have the names Jeff and English Monk. I think the Brit and South African are struggling. But let's see. Let's see. Tell you what shall we do now? Ooh, who shall we look for? Fuse apparently going for another attempt, but he's invalidated. Yes, only the English Monk at the moment, currently on a time. Very extensive into 3, it has to be said. 3-4. That's definitely full traction control. You can hear traction control really, really holding back that Mercedes power unit. As Speed Freak and Big D give me information about Owen, yeah? It does like he binned it. Yeah, from what I can see, it probably happens. You can't, but for me, you can't leave at this stage. Look, sometimes you gotta start last in league racing. It hurts. Particularly when you've had qualifying bans. I've had 2 qualifying bans in the past. It hurts. But you never know what can happen. Just look at my midweek madness league race yesterday. The 10-second penalty for speeding in the pits. Still won though. Yes, safety cars played into that, but you just never know. That was in the race. We're not even started yet. Anyway, Horsepower Gaming, what have you got for us? Just a smidgen up, 87,000 as BRT Worldwide decided that 17.4 should be safe enough in the Alpine. Looking at what the forms of the McLarens, that's probably true. It all depends what people like Salmon, Smash Spread, Speed Freak can do. Potentially Horsepower Gaming as well. So we head through turn 15 with South African as AMS Casper, the Sweet 116-210. The bar has been raised and raised and raised by these AMS guys tonight. Horsepower Gaming doesn't improve. Just over a quarter of a second down. What about his teammate for the Nats? Every Salmon using a former Sir Lewis Hamilton helmet in Sir Lewis Hamilton's former car. Every Salmon goes P6 with a 17.113. Is that going to make BRT Worldwide regret his decision to retire? Now the highlights are beginning. Let's see where people are on track and who we probably want to be going on board with. Well, Master Spread is first on track, so why don't we do that? Right, we're all set to go. Coming out of turn 2 on the DRS. Heading towards turn 3. Committed to a low back to try to steal even bits of toe from Fuse Demon, who interestingly has gone out on an outlap. Fuse doesn't feel safe, interestingly. Does he really think people can take over a second and a half out of him and knock him out? Nice proper belt and braces. Or is he just going on the old set of tyres to give another run? Master Red could be a factor here. He's over 6 times up on his personal best after sector 1. That's a huge amount of time. And that is going to take him from 12 to the fringes. It's tight. Look at the bubble. 18.111, 18.114, 18.180. From 9th to 11th. That bubble is very, very, very tight. And the battery has been really hammered by Spread here, as he's close to B now. Very committed through turn 14. A little lift into 15. Very steady Eddie on the power. I think he's got medium traction control just from the way the car's been held back, but not greatly. What time can the head of the division put in? It's a 72.73. BRT Worldwide's going to be a bit nervous now. His PA are committed to the cause of retiring. Let's see what Linsky can do now. Speed Freaks, that's a 17.365. That puts BRT Worldwide down to 9th. As Linsky, the reserve, got anything left in this Williams, which is a good all-rounder. In that beautiful Gulf livery. Giving absolutely everything. 15 and 16. Airs, DRS, fully deployed. What time can Linsky pull out? It's a 17.83. He falls slightly short of eliminating Big D. But it's a nerve set of times. What about Big D? What can he do? See, that's deploying everything on the earth, on the TS. I think it's going to improve. Oh, it's a 16-7. Oh, this is nervous size of BRT Worldwide. Horsepower Gaming is not as fitting here. His qualifying's over. It's all on the name chef. What can the South African do? Can he knock out BRT Worldwide? Not using all the track, not even using any, not even to the line by a significant margin. Coming out of turn 13. And he's pitting. So there we are. BRT Worldwide. The Singaporean will be breathing a sigh of relief as he makes it through into Q3. Your illuminated drivers are Linsky ATM, Horsepower Gaming, the name chef, the English mug, and crashing out without setting us up owing CFC 18. And we will see you all in a minute. Woohoo! Wow, that was a 10 into Q2. See you in a moment. Welcome back everyone, welcome to qualifying 3. Now we've had an update. Owen CFC actually left the league itself as a result of that crash. I don't know why. I'll be honest, I struggle to understand people that do that. It's just crashing out in qualifying. It's nowhere near as painful as crashing out in the race. At least, if you crash out in qualifying, you've got an opportunity to start at the back and potentially redeem yourself. You just never know. Funny things happen in F1. They always have done, and they always will, right? I definitely wasn't talking there with my microphone off. I do apologise. Qualifying 3, what do you think? Now, we do have an update, by the way. Owen CFC chosen to leave the league mid-session. I don't believe it. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And the English monk needs an invite, so we'll sort that now. Done. Now, we've got quite a few cars there. I think we'll go with AMS Godwin. He's desperate for more PRF1 titles. A triple PRF1 champion came up short by finishing second in both Callum and Fangio last season. Double runner-up, that will hurt. It's the Manchester City in 2012-13. Run up in the FA Cup and the Premier League. That is AMS Godwin. Anyway, let's see what he's got into turn 1. Oh, giving it an absolute commitment. That's the wild speed freak just behind, waiting to come out of the pits. Into turn 3, nicely committed. Nice rotation. Slightly squirmish out of 4. Looking very nicely flat. Let's just stay on the power. For turn 6 and 7, it's looking nice. And now turn 8. As the English one, by the way, is struggling with connection issues. So he's going to have to restart the game. The PlayStation version of the game is a bit weird. Oh, I think Godwin's got himself a bit tongue-tied there. Through 11 and 12. It didn't look fully committed. Or it just went a little bit wrong. I can't tell which. But it's still going to try and give it some. Trapper 6 to pace. That's 116.987. Then from the defending Lauda champion. Big D says a 16.6. I don't know what Fuse was doing there, by the way. Interesting goings on track. MS Godwin's going to be the third to set a time, and he will set a 16.276 despite mistakes in turn 11 and 12. He sets a 16.2. There's a 15 in that for MS Godwin. That shows why he is a triple champion right there. As we said, Master Spread will come across the line. He sets a 73.70. So for Sam says 17.5. BRT Worldwide, what can the Singaporean do? Is DRS deployed and used? That's a 17.267. What about Speed Freak in the Japanese Grand Prix Special Red Bull? 26.9 first sector, but it didn't look quite right there for 6 and 7. Did he have a moment? Misjudge his entry? I'm not quite sure. But proof will be in the pudding the time he sets. Well, you know what? I've got Godwin completely on there. 44.7 after 2 sectors. It's not looking too bad. Well away from the club, an exit of 12. Now breaking into 13. As Fuse Demon has chosen to pick. Oh, a little bit over there for Speed Freak, an exit. And to collect a little power snap. And he had another one through 14. Now through 15. Now into 16. Fully flat on the throttle. Must be using medium traction control. Here we are. Across the line with Speed Freak, and that is an 18.555. MS Casper has been validated on his lap, and there is a moment of calves, so we're going to invite the English monk back. If I can find him. I can't find him. Never mind. Why can't I find him? What am I doing wrong? Oh, that's like English one, by the way. He's suffering with his ear. He's asking for other things. Like asking for an account when he's got one. Anyway, let's pray from that AMS Apple. Oh, my control's come disconnected. Bad place up control, bad. Post X1 26.4, that was quick. What's AMS Apple got? He tries to chase his first title here in PRF1. Very good. Oh, this is going to be a quick time, you know. Can he trouble his team at AMS Godwin here? As he wears a peak ever Sir Lewis Hamilton helmet. A lot of scrub there into 15, but he got it through Fernando Alonso style in that Renault. This is going to be seriously quick time. What can AMS Apple do? It is going to be a 1:16.051. What a time from AMS Apple! I said that 15 was doable for Godwin, and I think both axes could pull it off, you know? What's Fuse Demon got? As he comes in to turn number 13. That is looking very nice. Now into 14. So it's looking neat and tidy, you know, from Fuse Demon, it has to be said. With the most experienced PRF1ist here in the field tonight, having took part all the way in Season 1. Now it's a 1:17.063. Now Inksman wants another invite, so let's sort that. This game is built really well, I promise. AMS Trappy appears to be on another time. He's going early for this. As he just tried to get rid of Trapons. Oh, he was actually creating spark into the breaker zone of 15. You don't often see that. What can the louder champion of the league do? It's a 16.7. He improves his time, but he doesn't improve position. He stays P4. Is AMS Trappy struggling a little bit here today? In the soundbar. That's my big question. Not quite going as expected for the Scot, but you never know. In the race, he is tip-top. Be warned. Trappy can turn it around in the race. Dingus Monkey struggling. He'd probably need a reboot. So here we go. We're now getting a flurry of drivers doing laps. We'll go with Sifri Salmon. What's he got? What has the Spaniard got? So that was very neat and tidy there, 313. And now 315 into 16. What does the Spaniard have? Will it shatter the AMS box? It's P5. It's a good time, to be fair. It's a very good time. Very good time indeed. What about Speed Freak? 17.4 improved time, but still can't get away from P9. The AMS Casper, he's one to watch. Can he set the pace in that Sauber? Can he redeem himself after last week? And that's the burning question. Absolutely, he sports it through the first two corners. You love to see the skill. You've got to appreciate it. Heading into turn 3. Maybe's gone slightly too hot into the corner with this week, but it is looking very committed and fast. 165 after sector 1. Little bit of understeer there through turn 6. That might have set the time a bit, I'm not quite sure. But what can I do about his fella AMS Ferrari powered comrades? 435 after 2 sectors. This is very committed. He's giving absolutely everything. Bear in mind, if he invalidates here, he won't have a time at all. As the Englishman has joined, thank goodness, just in time. Through turn 14, now heading towards turn 15. What's AMS Casper got? Can he steal pole position? Away from AMS Apple at the final corner. Owning the DRS on the battery. What time will he set? A 60.036. He has stolen it. He has stolen it. As if someone has called it quits in the pit lane. And we haven't Alpine. Oh! AMS Apple hits the back. Oh, Big D. He forgot about the ghosting. Ah, that's cost AMS Apple there. It can might cost me AMS Godwin here. Oh my goodness me. There's no ghosting on. Surely you know that. Surely you wouldn't take this. Considering you can get penalties as well. Godwin very committed there. But he's got the Alpine and PRT Worldwide in the way. He's getting a very good tour. I don't sense that's entirely by design. Can MS Godwin do it? He's a man with a point to prove. After being runner-up in both PRF1 championships last season. And of course, indignity of the 1v1 loss against AMS Rapid. Here we are through the final corner. Has AMS Godwin got anything? It's the 16.204. Oh. AMS Rapid though, he's going for another run. It's clear decided to go hot, cool, hot. He's only 1 step up on his personal best. But has he got the last sector of all last sectors? Oh, the score gets screwily through 15 into 16. And he's abandoning. So it's all on master spread. And he's going to the pits. There we have it, everyone. The pole sitter for the performance race of Formula 1, season 13. Fangio, round 1 at the Australian Grand Prix, AMS Casper. The redemption story starts now, it seems. Wow. Okay. Okay. That was quite something at the end there. I think a 15 was definitely possible. But alas, it did not come. It did not come. MS Apple, I think, is humorously giving a response to Big D. We can't say it on stream. It's not PG. But I sense he's not too upset. But is he still clear second? As MS Casper the Swede claims pole position. 15 fouls ahead of MS Apple. MS Godfrey right behind in third. With Big D 6-4-3-2 in fourth. Then we have MS Shappy, Fuse Team, Separately Simon, Master Reality Order, and Speed Freak, your top 10. We will see you very shortly. Stay around, the race is coming. Just some news, by the way, we're having a lottery set. We need to remove Owen's car. So, all the tyre usage, forget it. But that's going to allow people like Big D to get their setups on. Right, we'll see you in a few moments. Stick with us. We've got some interesting news from the chat. So, Linsky88 will now be going in the Aston Martin as a result of Owen doing what he did. Appears we've got everyone apart from Owen now. So, here's hoping Robert Snatch has finally entered the lobby as well. So he will inevitably start at the very rear. This lobby reset has been very handy for him. Be able to join. I don't know why Robert, bless him, as the assistant admin of this league, of this side of the league anyway, came in late. But he's here now, and that's all that matters. He's got to be in it to win it, and he is now. As I play with a cricket ball for no apparent reason. It's 2.5-year-old Dukes. Got a very shiny side. And it appears that Masterman has been the one that's allowed Linsky an upgrade of car. I don't think the Aston Martin's a downgrade, by the way, in the words. I think the Williams is probably generally the better car from my experience. But I'm not saying the Aston's a bad car. I think the Williams just has a slight more to it. But anyway, that's all ifs, muts and maybes. Now, the race should have been dry. So hopefully that's what we get. Shame really, because we like it to the way we saw it happen last week in the pre-season. So that happened last week in the pre-season. All there to play for. 15, not a repeat of last week, please. Well, I'd happily have a repeat of last week. I like a lot of wet weather. Wet weather you cannot defeat. I was just some of the best racing, so I wouldn't mind. Now, I'm not quite sure what we're waiting on because I think we've got everyone here. I think just to make sure the grid's correct, I would imagine. But as soon as that's gone, we'll be ready to race. And you will be given, hopefully, a spectacular viewing. Just a reminder, this is the Performance Racing Formula 1 Season 13 Fangio Round 1 at Australia. As Robertson says, I fucking up PRF1. Well, you weren't there in the original season, honey. You weren't there in the original season, honey. That's all I will say. Linsky saying to Matt Spread, we're gonna ready. Ooh. Yeah, there's now the two Astons. I see what you've done there, Spread. I see what you've done there. In all seriousness, he's probably just tried to balance out the cars. As we are now heading into the lobby. Here we go. Here we go. Building up the excitement. So we have 15 seconds from going into the race lobby. Who do you think going in chat is going to win? Will it be one of the AMS guys, or will someone else come and surprise? As Fuse gives a reminder, and I'll say it out loud just for the stream. Do not ready up people on the grid. Let an administrator do it. Believe me, as someone that runs the midweek Madness League and is an admin in PRF1, please, 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 when you're told not to ready up, don't. I had 3 last week in MML China to deal with, out of the 4 sessions, because it was a sprint. Oh my goodness me. And so what's qualifying bans like confetti, hopefully. I don't know if anything here now, just to let you know, the equivalent of penalty PRF1 would have a lot reset and a back of a grid start for the offender. That warning, by the way, has been put out because we do have quite a few newbies to PRF1, and people who are relatively green to league racing generally. So, the procedures, obviously there's etiquette. Some leagues don't have a ready up rule, some do. Ultimately, if they've got one and you are watching, just respect it. And if they're in doubt, just go to your strategy screen and leave it. And we find out we're going at 9:42 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. So that's only 2 or 3 minutes away. Let's go on the race director and see what people are doing. Now, the quickest strategy around here is option prime or prime option. That's medium, hard, or hard medium. If you're not talking in new currency or old currency, I've lost the plot here. But a 2-stop can be viable. If you are eating tyres, you could go to a 2. And safety cars will mean tyres are important. Keep in mind as well, the qualifying set, or soft if you prefer, is quick but degrades fast. And if you do start mediums, that front left, from my recent experience from MML, you do dead that front left a lot. Particularly if your setup's lacking a little bit of front end. So the moderate tyre preservation here, as people are discovering ghosting's off, and then Godwin's had to explain it's been off for months. Yeah, it has been off for months. And I'd say in PRF1 case, rightly so. That's been in an effort to try and improve racing conduct. Because there were a few issues. To be honest, when ghosting is turned on, some people act like it's turned on. Ignoring blues, and other things, to be honest. But my main issue I've seen over the years has been ignoring blues. If you get blue flags, people in the league, ghosting or no ghosting, get at the bloody way. It's nothing more annoying than someone not respecting blues. As we are now seconds away from being able to ready up. It seems to be so far a mix of hards and mediums, primes or options if you're like me. First of all, towards the back, you may as well try something different, but if you do get that early safety car, but from my experiences, you want to go hard around here and have that second set of hards. It will. The deck does cross out about 6-7 laps, even when the fuel has burnt down. As we're now venturing towards that ready up time. As Robert said, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, Robbo. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And it is now time to go. It is now time to go. Apparently no one's readied up yet. Come on, I want to stop playing with this cricket ball. Much as I do love cricket, I don't want to play with a cricket ball all day. Or I'll have to start playing leg spin. And I haven't got time for that tonight. Spoonfreak's asking in the driver shot, anyone got odds of a safety car? Now, from my experience around here, quite high. Oh, we're going now. It didn't appear in my stream. No, it's between a 2 or a 3. I still think a 1's probably the best strategy. So, we'll go through the tyres. AMS Casper, mediums. AMS Apple, mediums. AMS Godwin, hards. Interesting from P3, doing something slightly different. Big D in P4, mediums. AMS Trappy, mediums. Fuse Deer, mediums. Cypress Salmon, mediums. Master Spread, as per usual, it's his favourite strap, hards. BRT Worldwide, mediums. Speed Freak, mediums. Linsky, mediums. Horsepower Gaming, mediums. The name's Jeff, hards. The English Monk, hards. And Robbo Snipes, hards. Interesting mix now. I can understand the last 3 going for hards. You may as well try and go long. Or get that safety car that just works by itself. Or a virtual. MS Godwin, probably trying something different to try and win the race. If it feels like he can't beat Casper Apple in a straight fight, I think he probably could. I think any of them 3 could easily beat the other 2 in a straight fight. Try something different. This is going to be interesting. What will happen? Who's got the strategy right? Who's got the strategy wrong? Is there a right or a wrong? I suppose that's what we're going to find out as the grid now lines up. Here at Albert Park, Melbourne, Victoria, Australia. This is Performer Racing Formula 1. It is the Season 13 Fangio season opener here in Australia. Who will try and claim AMS Axel's title? Will AMS Axel eventually come and reclaim that title when he's able to race? We don't know the answer to that, but that's why we are going to have a race right now. As the last cars line up on the grid. And the last laps are come on. When are they going to come on? They're coming in now. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5! Go for the Australian Grand Prix! It appears that the season of Godwin had good starts, but AMS Casper retains the lead. AMS Traffy already claiming for a big team. We think they've underneath it towards the back there. Involving massive spread and speed freaks, they're heading towards the rear. But we have AMS Casper, Apple, Godwin, Big D, Traffy, who has been repassed by Big D, Fuse Team, Slippery Sam. Beatty Robert Snipes as well. Oh! He was doing well tonight, but he has had a moment there. As we can see the track match towards the rear. Oh, he's got a front left puncture. What has happened? As he had contact with someone. Oh, and he's understeered like Kubica did on Free Wheels in 2009. But anyway, to the front of AMS Casper, AMS Apple, AMS Godwin, Big D in the wins. Then we got AMS Trappy, Fuse Demon as Robbo is struggling towards the rear on that front left puncture. Is he wondering right now why he's bothered to race? But you never know in this game. Never give up. Oh, that's changes towards race between Speed Freak and Linsky. But AMS Godwin on those hard tyres is staying with it. I mean, DRS and Toast quite powerful around here. But you can stay on those hards. He might be in the pound seat later on. Anyway, it's the end of the first lap. AMS Casper from AMS Apple, AMS Godwin, Big team. AMS Trappy might make a move. He does not. Go behind him, Fuse Demon, Temporary Sound, BRT Worldwide, Horsepower Gaming, the English Mug, Master Spread, Speed Freak, Linsky, who has chosen to pit. Her name's Jeff. Let's see. So we've got no front wing for Linsky. He's going to go to hards. Can easily double hard it from here. The McLaren pit crew, absolutely on. Must be on LSD and ecstasy with that. Other drugs are available. Please don't use any of them, by the way. And he goes on to mediums, as Robert's actually still struggling with that front left puncture. I don't be sorry for him, but as we focus back towards the front, AMS Casper, but he's been DRS'd by AMS Apple, AMS Godwin, AMS Trappy and Big D. There's been swaps of positions. It appears that the Savage got it under control. And because he had DRS leaving turn 7, he must have pulled that gap on Big D. But he's not going to get DRS yet, as we have AMS Apple completely eating AMS Casper. I was going to say Goffin, I don't know what. But Robert Sykes, because in the pits, he's already going to be a lap down, but you never know in this game. You might have opportunity as Godwin's one that sets the FL with that double toe and DRS. Those hards are looking like a good gamble at the moment. If it stays green, or he gets a good safe car of virtual, Vince could be golden. AMS Apple has a look. But not a lot doing here. Oh, this is close. This is what we want. The three AMS protagonists giving absolutely everything, and even the fourth in AMS Trapping coming in. It's a shame that we don't have AMS Axel tonight, but the fact we have four of the finest that AMS can send to PRF1, and AMS Trapping, the defending Lauder champion, waiting in the wings. I tell you something, AMS Apple is getting close to Casper here, but not quite close enough. Can I say close enough? 3, 11 and 12. The dirty air though has impacted him. Oh, it's giving it a go. He's on the overtake. He's going to have a look into 13. Not quite. But I'll tell you one thing though. They fight the more. I think it's this AMS Gordon. Big D has sailed in behind AMS Trappy. Trappy doesn't seem to quite have the pace off against the free front. And AMS Apple spun. And AMS Gordon's hitting. Oh, disaster pass. And now AMS Trappy is now skulking. Skulking against AMS Godwin, but it is DRS. There's his DRS. No, Trappy doesn't have DRS. I am lying to you. But AMS Casper, this is an absolute gift. Cleaner. Not really towing anyone behind, because it's 3 seconds now. What happened to AMS Apple there into turn 15? As AMS Godwin locks up right in front. So, Godwin, I guess the best thing for him to do now, play the long game, settling, use a bunch of the hearts. But he's friendly me in AMS Trappy. He's going to give him some pressure. The needle between these two is fantastic. They love each other really, but there's no love lost when they're out on track. AMS Trappy, he's looked at AMS Godwin, but he looks deliberate. But Godwin's going to let him by. He was harvesting. I don't blame Godwin for that one actually. The mediums are probably quicker right now to get into the rhythm of it. But he's about to be mugged by Big D. Oh! Tell you one thing, that's brave around the outside, Godwin. Fair play! Fair play to AMS Godwin. He hung on around the outside and he retains third place. But AMS Casper, this is a dream. And for the Cyber team that used to be in F1, this is a dream for him as well. As we see, Big D looking to be overtaken by Cypress Salmon, it looks like, for a brief moment. Or was it Salmon on Fuse? I couldn't quite tell there. But this train for P2 is getting longer. There's more cars, more drivers getting involved. Oh, this is getting juicy-woosy. It's all about Godwin, I suppose. The Apple car to be upset here on those hard tyres. Looks like with the pace, AMS Trappy is just now settling in. Casper could be holding back on his sides. We don't quite know that. But of course it is looking good for AMS Trappy right now. And AMS Casper, you know what? I think I might have got that one a bit wrong, as it looks like Godwin's going to try and overtake Trappy round the outside between turns 10 and 11. And he's got it. The Haas overtakes its Ferrari-powered enemy. Okay. Back to P2 for AMS Godwin on those hards. And the crossover's going to happen anytime soon. But he has got a bit of a trend. He's now the locomotive to 4 carriages of AMS Trappy, Big D, Slippery Salmon and Fuse Demon. All the wealth, all the talent, all the PRF1 titles in there. But AMS Casper still leading here. I think Godwin took a 10th out of him relative to what Trappy had on him last lap. As Big D, I nearly got overtaken there by Slippery Salmon. It's looking close. I think Big D's struggling with those rear tyres. Now his DRS says his DRS. Can Salmon do anything? No, I think they're having DRS save Big D there. But he has gone deep into 3. Can he retain DRS? Because if he doesn't on AMS Trappy, I think he could be in trouble here. Now the Alpine is not a great car in race trim on this game. Can Slippery Salmon use that to his advantage? The Mercedes are clearly a better car in pretty much every aspect relative to the Alpine. Has he got anything for Big D? Looks like he quite hasn't yet. Just holding back for now. The fact Big D hasn't got DRS is helpful for Salmon, because it means that Big D is missing the turn, missing the DRS. Big D's harvesting. Is Salmon going to have a look? Half a look. Half a look. Half a look. But he has to sell now for P5. As we now see, Godwin has stuck a few tenths out of AMS Casper this lap. It was 2.8 at the line last time. What we're going to see this time, I think the Haas had to cross over now as he's pulling away from Trap and closing on Casper. It's now pretty much 2.2. Okay, the Haas coming into their own. This is where Godwin needs to start making that hay and coming through the field. Say coming through the field, he's second. He's only got one position to make. What am I on about? I'm losing plot already. But yeah, he's now got the gap under 2 seconds as we leave turn 4 into 5. Yeah, the limitation on heavy fuel on those mediums, that front left really hurts. Let me tell you from MML. Now, I know that was equal cars, but you get the idea. As traffic just about hands on to DRS over AMS Godwin, but Godwin is just silver at the moment. They've really played the batteries, though. Casper's saving a little bit. Maybe that's a little bit of the gap explained. They've only got to find a few more attempts there as English Monk sees 3 seconds for multiple warnings. That's not great for the Brits. Godwin losing a bit of time. Cyprian Salmon, have missed that. But something happened. Big D's gone off. That's what's happened, and that's why Cyprian Salmon's on to P4. He's even on to P5, and the recovering AMS Apple is now looking towards overtaking Big D. Now, I don't know if he's got any damage, AMS Apple, but Big D is looking quite vulnerable now. He did look like he was struggling on tyres quite a bit before. So is AMS Apple going to have him into turn 1? Yes, he is. That's P6 for AMS Apple. It's not over for Apple yet. He could still win this. He's very quick. He could have easily took pole position, but ironically it was Big D that denied him from having a broken car on track with half the wheel off. I gotta say, the best option, to be honest, is running towards the front. Now, there are battles. I will show you that Master Red is looking to try and overtake Horsepower Gaming at the moment, as the Brit starts the South African. Admittedly, the front has been quite close, but that's why I paid pretty much exclusive attention to it. But there are fights through the field, has to be said. It looks like this Horsepower Game is going to have to concede that he's completely depleted the back three. Merc Power versus Merc Power. They asked him with its DRS despite his drag level. The last fight, and that's Master Spread up to P9. P9 for the head of the Fangio division. Big Deal is handing on to AMS Apple, intriguingly. And there are gaps starting to develop. I suppose the closest battle now is Trapper is handing on to AMS Godwin, but it's only about 1.5 seconds between Casper and Godwin. But Casper is saving a little bit of resource, knowing that Godwin is behind him. But those mediums will be starting to hurt now. AMS Trapper is being canny here. But handing on to his old mate and rival AMS Godwin. Now those halves just look like they've got a bit more grip now. That's that medium. End of the day, they do have equal power units, these Salvers and that Haas, both Ferrari powered. Godwin's so close to DRS. But I've got to say, the rear tyres starting to look a little bit worn on Casper. A little better on Godwin. Trappy's hurt his. I mean, it's not surprising, no reflection on the drivers themselves. AMS Godwin does tend to be heavier on tyres, he claims, on that pad. But he is very quick, and to be honest, right now, this is where his time is coming. Now, his high motivation to defeat Casper, his high motivation to get some titles back there, and he's a triple champion, but it's a former triple champion, and he wants to make that current. Wow, he is so close to AMS Casper. The traction, the cornering speed, you could see the difference. Only Dirty pushed Godwin away. I'll tell you one thing, the batch game's are beginning, and he's dropped AMS Trappy now. I think those hard ties are really starting to come in, mean Master Spread as well. If we look against BRT Worldwide, you can see there, Spread is planning to make that move. Yeah, I think we're starting to see clear now the hards are the tyres to beat on. Doesn't surprise me from what I know of, that I've experienced recently as well. Yeah, but, Master Red unable to make the move against BRT Worldwide. The Brit stays behind the Singaporean for now. But we've got to look towards the front as AMS Godwin looks to overtake AMS Casper. DRS, Battery Games, rounding outside to turn 11. Surely not. AMS Godwin thinks better of it. Oh, this is great stuff. Seeing the best of the best fight against each other. AMS Godwin has a look into turn 13. But Casper hands on. But look at the traction difference. Oh, look at this. Is AMS Godwin going to pull up around turn 14? They're going to go side by side to turn 15. Oh, the midfield AMS Trappy is going to be brilliant. Oh, but no, so it's going side by side to 16 now there. Oh, yes, they are. And AMS Godwin with the DRS is going to take the lead of the Australian Grand Prix, and he leads the lap. Lap 10 will forever be AMS Godwin's, as he relegates AMS Casper into P2 here at the Force Racing Formula 1 Season 13, Round 1 of Fangio. Oh, I've messed up. I'll say again. This is the Force Racing Formula 1 Season 13, Fangio, Round 1 here at Australia. And AMS Godwin took the lead off it. And look how he's charged made. Those hards are definitely the tyre. That Casper was so close to losing DRS there. I guess Godwin's tried to ball to try and brake, but it's not quite worked. Those mediums will be feeling second hand now. I think it's clear though, everyone's trying to one stop. It's all about the hard and medium, and then the dynamics of when people on mediums pit for hards, and how long an overcut Godwin tries to go for example, and master spread, before they flick back to the mediums. Yeah, you just see the... Oh! Casper's made it! It's going to lose DRS to AMS Godwin, and AMS Trappy is right behind now, the Cyber teammates. And Casper's decided that's enough. It's time for a pit stop. The game is starting to begin. Swabber gets a penalty for 3 seconds. Here comes AMS Casper into the pits. Won't surprise you to know, those are hards. That's quite a long way to take them. AMS Casper's not going anywhere. Oh, that's just lag. That's just lag. And the number 93, surprised they're not Matt Marquez, comes out the pits. Now, he'll be praying that it stays green. He can get the undercut on his teammate and AMS Godwin. There's now spread out a bit, so it's time to look at something a bit, try to think something closer. We've got BRT Worldwide and Horsepower Gaming in the pits. They've ditched their mediums and have both gone to hards. So it appears that Casper has pulled the trigger on those stops. The English Monk, interestingly, has gone for more mediums. Is English Monk on a 2? I think he surely has to be. He surely has to be. I'll just check the race director on the English Monk. Oh, he's gone hard medium. He's definitely going to have to 2-stop. He's no way making those sides work from there. And I guess the battle between 2 of the 3 that stopped. BRT Worldwide, the Singaporean against Horsepower Gaming, the South African. That's made DRS, but Horsepower Gaming has completely depleted the battery. BRT Worldwide still got a good chunk left if it's needed. Yeah, that Mercedes with no battery left couldn't really get close despite the tow. Despite the DRS on BRT Worldwide. But it's closing in, it's the South African. As we see some pit stops now, we're going to have to flick to it. AMS Trappy's in, Tippery Salmon's in, AMS Apple's in, Fuse Demon's in. They've all gone to hard. They're all responding to AMS Casper, who has put a quite significant undercut on AMS Trappy, but he's now going to have to deal. Master Spread, who is still not hard, going round. I'm assuming it's going to be an easy overtake when he comes, because it's not really Spread's race, but also the tyre delta is significant here. You can already see how Casper's been closing in on Master Spread. Yeah, and you can tell that Casper's planning the move. I think Spread's willing to get out of the way here. Yeah, he's got no choice about that. MS Casper up to P2 with a very easy move on Master Spread. And yeah, Trappy's lost. Yeah, he's lost about 3 seconds to Casper through that undercut process and warming up his tyres. Okay. But look, we've got Speed Freak in P9. It looks like BRT Worldwide's going to overtake. That's the DRS. That's the advantage. I don't know if it's been a moment because it looks like there's some missing win for Speed Freak there somehow. As Horsepower Gaming gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Okay. And Speed Freak, yeah, he's looking very vulnerable now, considering he's missing a bit of front wing and the fact that he's got car pressure tyres around him. So MS Casper sets a fastest lap at 19.695. That's a good time on fresh hards at this stage of the race in a realistic Sauber too. I'll be happy with that on an equal car. The Speed Freak got on him for a safety car because he has got absolutely no grip. A front left murderer is this track on tyres, and yet, Horsepower Gaming can't pass him. It's the battery usage of Horsepower Gaming that's really letting him down. If he manages battery a bit better, he should easily pass Speed Freak. much fresher tyres, and a fully healthy car makes you wonder how he's not pulling off. As we're going to see, Amos Trapping has passed master spread now to P3. Take one for the Amos Godwin. It only has 11.5 seconds back to him, to Amos Casper. But those fresh mediums going to have later will be significant. Sure, now this is the time for horsepower gaming. The South African to pass Speed 3 on the DRS. His battery management, he needs just harvest and then just give it some. How is this Mercedes not past that Red Bull? But that's what you call grip that time. And that's how Horsepower Gaming has made it up to P10. I've got to say, Steve Freak is being bold there as Amos Apple sets the fastest lap. I've got to say, Master Red tyres look very old and battered. I have to say that Amos Godwin's tyres are looking in quite good shape. Master Red's getting very squirrely there. Very squirrely. The age of those hard tyres is really showing. Separate Salmon behind him. Merc P versus Merc PU. But significant difference as Speedwick has pitted, he's gone to Haas. I presume he's replaced that front wing as well. But I think this is Master Red about to just fall down the order as he preserves these hard tyres as long as he can before he pits. No resistance to Separate Salmon there, and Separate Salmon goes up to P4. It's probably going to be a similar story, and Amos Apple right behind goes for a look. There's very little resistance going there for oh, Spread's actually defending this. This is interesting. But yeah, Amos Apple, more grip, more. Oh, Spread tried it. Apple around the outside. Fair play. Interestingly, Godwin, interestingly, has lost a lot of time to Casper. He's nearly lost that pit stop. What's going on with Godwin here? Is he goal handing? Sam Sapples, that's another fastest lap as he now sets about overtakes the Salmon, and he's done so. Apple up to P4 as the English once sees 3 seconds to multiple warnings. It's a recovery drive. All recovery drives on because it's only Trappy and Casper left. He's definitely within Amos Godwin's green flag pit window. So good recovery from the Haas driver to P4, and it probably will be P3 when everything all settles out. He even gets a purple sector 1 allegedly. How true is that? I don't quite know. Now Master Red is, yeah, these types showing their age now, as he's now bumbled to Big D, who is now steadying himself. Yeah, this is easy muggings. Spread's not even resisting, he's even let it Big D have the quicker line, interestingly enough. That's Master Spread down to P7. However, Separate Salmon is staying with Amos Apple for now. Could Salmon use this as a little bit of a tour to get towards Amos Apple? Oh, we've had yellow flags somewhere. Oh, that's one of the McLarens. That's the name's Jeff. He's in reverse for some reason. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. That is very strange. What happened there, South African? And that's definitely not a legal pit entry, whatever that is. And he's put the filter on very early. I'm very confused as Master Spread is in the pits. Master Spread is in. He goes to those mediums. That's going to be useful information for Godwin. Name's Jeff has gone to softs. Guys, I was paying up. Wow. I can't believe Casper's made up a pit stop on him this quickly. It's only in 6 laps. Amos Godwin's size must be hurting. I know those first sides are good and Casper's good, but Godwin's not this bad. There's no way Godwin can make up a pit stop and win from here. He needs a safety car right here, right now, to save his Australian Grand Prix. He remember, he overtook for the lead earlier, as we have another motor involved in the McLarens. Wow, okay. Is Amos Godwin going to pit? He is. What speed will Godwin have? As we have another motor from McLaren. The name's Jeff really struggling now. He's had a lot of offs, and he is a lap behind the next car pretty much. Oh, it's been a puncture! What's English Monk done there? I'm very confused. What's happened? Did he get an illegal overtake or something? That was very odd. Very odd. And it's got Speed Freak right behind it. Oh, there's been contact. And then we got Linsky skulking right behind. And then we even got Robert Snipes who's come back into the action. As Linsky takes Speed Freak as they try and navigate the English Mug as the name's Jeff having more issues. I don't know what's going on with the South African, frankly. But this is generating some maddened racing. What does the English Monk have for Linsky? That to be said, the Williams Mastermind drivers got this. DRS, nice lead on. Oh no, the English Monk round the outside. But he goes wide and that allows Linsky to make the overtake. Now Speed Freak as well with that DRS. The Red Bull round the outside despite its wind damage. Can't hurt it too much because he didn't choose to change it. Contacts may be made, but I think that's a fair move. English Monk down to P13. The name's Travis retired in the pits. I presume he's just felt it was too much of a struggle. That's fair enough. It's after halfway, so it's league within the rule book of PRF1. The English Monk now looks very much to Robbo Snipes, but there's not a lot of very smooth inputs to the English Monk there. Battery depleted. Interestingly, Robert didn't get DRS. But there we are. The English Monk is now being relegated. Interesting though, it's not showing. Robert's overtook, but it's not showing on my screen now. He's made the position. Hang on, is Robert Snipes a lap down? Oh yeah, Robert's a lap down. He's on lap 7 in this one. I do apologise there. That's poor commentary. Poor commentary. My spread is now past Horsepower Gaming on those fresh mediums, making them work. So he's up to P9 as he sets about getting BRT worldwide. But the story from this race is here. What can AMS Godwin do on those fresh mediums? He's going to need some blistering pace and some excellent time management to make this work from here. If anyone can, AMS Godwin can. There's a reason why he's a triple champion in PRF1. There's a reason why he's won quite a few league races in his time as well. He's actually quite good at this game. He's taking time out of Fuse Demon right now. He's got a significant tie delta against others. 18.661, that's quick. I'm not quite sure it's quick enough. If I flick to leader, since that's going to be the story, 16 seconds to make up in 10 laps. 1.6 a lap. Similar equation for Godwin Bearman, but degradation pattern will always favour Casper. So he's got to make 2 seconds lap at this race. As we see, Master Red has passed. Oh, Slippery Salmon's coming for a front winner. Something happened there to Slippery Salmon that I've missed. Okay. But Salmon's still going to come out P10. So all is not lost. And he's gone to another set of hards. AMS Godwin needs to make some good time up though. I think it's about 9 times this lap so far he's made an AMS Casper. It's all about what can he do about Fuse Demon. Now he hasn't got TRS, but Fuse has a lot of battery. Oh, is Godwin going to make the move? No, no. But Fuse has slid, he's gone wide. That's going to allow AMS Godwin to make the move into 14 maybe. Oh, round the outside. Fuse handsome. Went to turn 15. Round the outside. AMS Godwin using pure grip to get ahead of Fuse Demon. Oh, and he's got DRS to defend himself. Fantastic stuff, but he is harvesting as he's towards the bottom of the pack. But sure, that car's been here. AMS Godwin don't really matter here. His pace is electric. This is not over yet. It's all about how efficiently can he be against overtaking people like Big D. And then, but then, AMS Apple, AMS Track, what's it? AMS Apple is bringing himself into play. Recovering yet again very nicely. 3.8 only behind his Apple at the moment. You have to give him his due. You have to give him his due. But Godwin is low on battery. That could be hurtful. I will remind you, we do have a race leader, and it's AMS Casper. He's led most of the way. He's leading his team AMS Traffic by 2 seconds. AMS Apple, another 2 seconds behind or thereabouts. Big D 11.9 behind the leader. But Emma's got a 41.3 behind. She's doing 15.8 behind. BRT Worldwide 30.4. Master Red about 33. Horsepower Gaming 37.8. Sepi Salmon 50 seconds. Linsky a minute 0.3. Speedfreak a minute 6.2. The English Monk, I don't think it's worked quite properly because apparently he's a minute 4 behind the lead. I suspect he's being lapped as well. And then Robert Snipes at the back. Lapped heavily but still going round, most crucially. Now, where does this race go from here? That's the question. We just need to watch Spread and Godwin and their progress on that medium tyre. I think Godwin's making good progress, but I'm not sure he's got quite enough. But if he can overtake Big D quickly, use the DRS to actually his advantage in terms of the time. You never quite know, but yeah. Big D starts to use that batchback. He's going to try and defend this by the looks. But there's the DRS. Not much doing for Godwin yet, but... Oh! Godwin's had a moment there out at 12! Oh! And he's going to lose touch with Big D. He needs a mega couple of corners here to retain that DRS. Do you know what? I think he's going to get back in range just about. I guess, man, yeah, he is. And we've got a last McLaren ahead. Could that McLaren be a factor? Then here comes Godwin. DRS. Can he claim Big D? Oh, not quite a turn 1. But he's had a good run at 1 and 2. But he has left himself very low on battery. Will he go for the dive bomb? No, he's going to sit behind Big D still. But the grip difference is quite significant. I mean, the way he's pulled on Fuse Demon despite the error he made last lap through turn 12. I think sure now's going to be the time. AMSF, by the way, only 1.2 behind Trappy now. I thought he's going to be making this race interesting. Godwin's pace as well could, but he's going to need to find about 2 seconds a lap now. A Speed Freak gets 3 seconds of multiple warnings. Oh, Godwin on the inside into turn 11. Oh, there's contact at 12. Very side defense there from Big D. That was fair. Fair but firm. Fair but firm. We have no issues with that. Okay. Got to pick up the microphone now because this is getting really interesting. As everything starts to Constantina. Oh, it's going to make a move into turn 15. Oh, what a move. But he's not made it stick. Oh, come on. But you know what? I think Godwin's going to have it. Because he's really close. DRS. And just at the finish line, he pulls it off as MS Godwin up to P4. But we need to look at the leading group now. Apple is closing in like hell. And MS Casper and MS Trappy. And I think they're going to start DRSing each other, you know. It's getting to that stage. Trappy doesn't quite get it, but Apple's going to have it on Trappy. This is going to be very, very interesting as we head into these last 6 laps. Does anyone want to call in the chat? Anybody? MS Trappy losing touch there with Casper. MS Trappy's gone wide out to 12. And now that's MS Apple to make it up to P2. The recovery drive is on. This is becoming vintage Apple here. Only 1.6 behind Casper now. 1 lap tyre difference as well in his favour. Can he pull it off? Can he pull it off? This is going to be significant. As we can see that Emma's got and Big D are fighting each other hard and Godwin has made the move. No, he has not. But Godwin round the outside of turn 15. Unbelievable. But his Big D has got the DRS. Can Big D get Godwin back? I've got to say, Big D has definitely cemented that Emma's got is probably going to finish P4. Firing the crazy, firing that green-white checkered. But you never quite know. There is a McLaren in the way of the English Monk. Oh, but why would he sit in the apex like that? Interesting for the English Monk, it has to be said. But that's Emma's got it up to P4 for real. And it looks like Trappy has just kept in touch for DRS6 against Amos Apple. Can Apple bridge that gap and get to Casper? Can Trappy regroup? Can Casper hang on? These are the questions for the Performance Racing Formula 1 Season 13. Fangio round 1 here at Australia. Oh, can Apple get DRS? You know what he can? So can Trappy. It's now a DRS train with Casper as the locomotive. And batteries not too dissimilar between all three Ferrari-powered cars. This is hotting up really nicely. 4 to go. As we have the Aston Martin and Master Spread. Linsky, I do apologise. They're getting away with Amos Apple. Let's get out Amos Trappy to make a move round the outside into turn 3. That is a great shame. Linsky, I'd have to review that, but I hope Linsky wasn't in the way there, because that would be quite sad. And I think Apple's got understeer. Has he broke? Yeah, he's got a broken front wing. His end plate's gone. Oh, that is a shame. Amos Apple, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. I do feel sorry for him. That's not what you want to see, a lap car causing interference in that sense. But Apple has pulled it on Trappy. He's going to try and hang on for P2. Can he hold on? Has this given Casper just enough breathing space to hang on? Now, considering Apple's got damage as well, will this motivate Godwin? Got like 10 seconds behind, but if his teammate is ailing, you never quite know. But there is more traffic at Factor. Amos Casper is catching people like Robbo Snipes. And it looks like his tyres are very old. And that they're not exactly giving him the best grip. Saying that though, his tyres do look quite similar to Apple and Trappy. I'm going to say, that's a shame about the leading group there, not being able to have a fight, but BRT Worldwide and Amos Trappy. No, BRT Worldwide and Master Spread, let's get that right. Come back Spread to use those fresh tyres, to his advantage. English Monk comes in for a pit stop on P13 on those soft tyres. I'll say though, Master Spread looks like he's just holding back a little bit. Holding back, holding back, holding back. Can he make the move now on BRT Worldwide? Can the brake pass the Singaporean into turn 3? He thinks better of making the move for now. But it's got so much more grip, those mediums. Hard medium, you do get a lot of grip in those mediums, but I'm not sure so that strategy works for Godwin. It works for Master Spread though, you have to say. Master Spread, this strategy has worked, it kind of has brought him forward. That the kind of little operator that Master Spread is, you have to say he's played this strategy really well. Apple still has DRS for, deployed against him by Trappy, by the way, and we've got a bit of a holding pattern there. Oh, is Trappy? No, Trappy's Spread are going to send it. BRT Worldwide. So he's got to run. He's got to run out of 12. Worldwide goes defensive into 13. But handing it around the outside. Oh! Did Master Red one more run there? I'm not quite fully sure. But so BRT World's had a moment 3:15 because Spread's right back on him straight away, believe it or not. To find all the battery, but I think Master Spread is looking very good to take this P7 away. He's heading on the inside. Oh, I think that's got BRT Worldwide crossed up. So Master Spread has got it. They're both depleted the battery. Here they go into turn 3. Can Spread pull it round the outside? Oh, he absolutely can. But can turn 4 be a good place resistance of BRT Worldwide? Oh, yes, it can. Yes, it can. Oh, this is some brilliant racing between the two. Pushing each other to the absolute edge. Maybe they're going over it, maybe they're not. But it's certainly good viewing in any case. As we now start to begin the final lap. Amos Apple and Amos Trappy are close to each other. Trappy, can he get Amos Apple? We're also looking at BRT Worldwide and Master Spread. Amos Godwin hasn't been a factor in this state, unfortunately. He's just too long to get past Big D. Master Spread Is he going to overtake Beatty Ward? Oh, he sent a dummy to 13. Oh, and the sprint simply salmon right into play. Ascot as well. Casper's been caught. Oh, spread says 8 to 15. Oh, that was a bit NASCAR-y there. The Slippery Salmon's only going to take advantage of that fact. Oh my goodness me. But I think we have to leave this now because the lead battle, it's only a second between Casper and Apple. Trapping 1.7 behind Casper. But I think it's just going to be too late for Apple. I think Casper's struggling a little bit on the tyre. Apple has regrouped, he's working round that brook for a win, but I just think this is too late, unfortunately, for Apple. He will consider himself deeply unlucky tonight, and he will do if he doesn't win this race. But the fact we see the top 3 in the picture all together just shows how close it's been. Yes, barrels have got in the way of some of them, but you cannot deny it. Redemption for AMS Casper. He's about to cross the line now and win the Australia Grand Prix for the PRF1 Season 13 season opener for the Fangio side of the league. He wins by just over a quarter of a second from AMS Apple. Let's go back to that battle between Simon Beatty wide and spread. Simon on those fresh hards, making light work of it. But have to go behind. It's another ding-dong between Spread and Beatty wide. Spread sends it very firmly, potential bump and run. But he has eventually made it P8. And Casper has conceded he probably wouldn't have won if it weren't for what happened to AMS Apple. Spread concedes to Beatty Worldwide to reverse what happened there. Oh, but it's very vulnerable to Horsepower Gaming, but Horsepower Gaming has a penalty. Wow, what a race this has been. What a race this has been. Action all the way through, beginning to end. Just what we want to see. This is how we like it. Vintage PRF1. It's a shame about Apple because that's one of his vintage recovery drives. But you can't deny the redemption for Amos Casper, the Swede. 1 week on the pre-season, lost his seat, now on an effective probation from the league. Puts one stamp shows he can do this potentially. And interestingly, he would take the championship lead should he become full-time and prove himself. So those are some useful points. Unsurprisingly, he's not happy saying in the chat. I do feel that he was hard done by there. As we have the race winner for Amos Casper. Amos got to go in the fastest lap. Masper, the driver of the day with the most overtakes. He was always in the action there. Amos Casper, cleanest driver. That's very important for him, considering what has been. The result is Amos Casper in the Sauber won by 0.269 seconds over Amos Apple. Amos Casper only 1.07 behind. And he was third. Amos squad to win the fast lap in P4, Big D P5, Fuse Demon P6, Slippery Salmon P7, BRT Worldwide P8, Massred P9, Horsepower Gaming P10, Linsky P11, Speed Freak P12, Things Wrong P13, Robbo Snipes P14. And the name's Jeff, the only non-finisher. But can I just say to everyone, apart from the name's Jeff, who probably, I can see why they're retired. Everyone stuck it out. That could stick it out. That's some potentially to gain. So I appreciate that as an admin. And as a commentator and as a league racer myself, that was quite something else to watch. I hope you enjoyed it, everyone. That was the Performance Racing Formula 1 Season 13 Fangio Round 1 Australian Grand Prix. I've been Callum Hosty. I shall see you when I see you. We will see you when we next see you. Thank you very much. Now, I will tell you, of course, that the next Fangio race for the commentary will be, due to the Christmas break, it will be January the 9th, but it will be Azerbaijan. Well done backing. Will it be well done like an overdone steak? Or will it be rare and no safety cars? Thank you. See you all soon. Bye-bye.